So you remember during all these January 6 hearings that the January 6 committee told us that Donald Trump lied, that he tried to overturn the 2020 election, that he defrauded the government? Well, hell, as it turns out, and I predicted this. If you watched my prediction video this year, I predicted this. I said that there's going to be a bombshell about January 6th. I have it right here in my currently nicotine-stained fingers. So welcome back to the channel, Culture Confederacy here. It's Monday night with my corncob pipe and coffee, as always. So here are a few headlines out there about this. Over at the Daily Caller, January 6th committee reportedly deleted 117 files containing quote-unquote critical information because, you know, you're all insurrectionists out there. So they've got critical information about you, the insurrectionist. The rebellion. According to Fox News, House January 6th committee deleted more than 100 encrypted files days before GOP took majority, according to sources. You know, I would really love to talk to these sources. But if you go back to July of 2022, and this is being reported at ABC News, on the same day that the Secret Service told the January 6th committee that they had not found any new text after records were deleted, the Secret Service was sent a letter from the National Archives and Records Administration, NARA, requesting the agency investigate the deletion of some of its records from January 6th because it was drawing scrutiny from an internal watchdog over what happened with the Secret Service. And then, oh, it just gets good, folks. It gets good. This disclosure was confirmed to ABC News by a source familiar with the matter, as reported by the Washington Post. So apparently nobody knew of anything that happened on January 6th. Nobody knows where these files are, where these texts are. I didn't see any files. Did you see any files? January 6th, what's that? I know about January 6th. When was that? So then a top Secret Service spokesperson, going back to 2022, acknowledged that the text messages from January 5th, January 6th, 2021, were deleted after being requested by the Department of Homeland Security Office of Inspector General, and the Inspector General sent a letter to the heads of the House and Senate Homeland Security Committees saying the messages were deleted as part of a quote-unquote device replacement program. You want to talk about government dysfunction 101. Device replacement program. What exactly does that mean? And which devices were replaced? And what were on those devices? And they're going to call us the insurrectionist? And even though the inspector requested these communications, Director of Communications for the Secret Service, Anthony Guglielmi, dismissed any quote-unquote insinuation that the text was deleted because of malice. Seriously. You people. Here, I'll tell you what. All you cats at the FBI, CIA, who are on the January 6th committee, those of you in Congress, why don't you get a hold of my channel here? Let me see all the information, all the evidence you have, and I'll tell you what happened in 10 minutes. By all means, come to my channel. Get in contact with me, and I'll look at all this evidence, and I'll tell you exactly what happened in less than 10 minutes. Now, according to Fox News, the House Administration Oversight Committee is being led by Republican Chairman Barry Loudermilk, Georgia. Loudermilk. My last name's Loudermilk. And he's looking specifically at the security failures on January 6th and the actions of former select committee, of these former select committees, January 6th committee, whoever, who investigated the Capitol riot. Loudermilk told Fox News Digital that the investigation has entered a new phase with support from House Speaker Mike Johnson. So again, we have to go through all these committees. We have to talk to the CIA, the FBI, the Secret Service to figure out what happened January 6th. When the truth is, you just didn't have enough security to handle the crowd, and it was probably a setup to get Trump. I mean, come on. Really? Now, sources, and it gets even better, folks, it gets even better. So listen to this. Sources close to Loudermilk said that per House rules, the former January 6th hearing committee, led by Democrat Chair Benny Thompson from Mississippi, Selma, was required to turn over all documents from its investigation to the GOP-led panel just after the midterms in 2022. Now, Thompson agreed to turn over 4 terabytes of archived data, but according to the new committee, only between 2 to 3 terabytes were received. So they had to have a forensics team go in and look at these hard drives. They found 117 encrypted files that were deleted. And one file that was recovered disclosed the identity of an individual whose testimony was not archived by the Select Committee. Well, why was that? Probably because this person's testimony is counter to what they told us during these January 6 hearings. Oh, I'm sure there's more that's going to come out about this. Now, Loudermilk also said that most of the files retrieved were password protected, preventing his team from knowing what they contained. He's also asked Thompson for a list of passwords for all password-protected files created by Thompson's committee so they can be accessed and checked as being properly archived. So Loudermilk, he's sent a letter to the White House General Counsel Office, General Counsel of the DHS, requesting, quote-unquote, unedited and unredacted transcripts of White House and DHS testimony that was given during these January 6 hearings. And he knows that the transcripts exist, but were not turned over by Thompson's committee, and he's demanding that they have all this done, sent to him by January 24th. Way to go, federal government. Way to go, January 6th committee. Deleting 117 encrypted files. But the FBI, the CIA, the Secret Service didn't find anything, didn't see anything here. I don't know anything about January 6th. I don't think about all these deleted text messages. In fact, there were no text messages whatsoever. In fact, we didn't hand out phones to anybody in the FBI, CIA. Nobody knows where Benny Thompson is. Maybe he's vacationing in the Bahamas. Maybe he's talking to Fannie Willis. We don't know. So I thought I'd share this with you. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you know what to do. You can also follow me on Instagram, #JasonComposes, because I write music in my spare time. Or you can find me at X, Culture Confederacy, at CultureConfed1 on X. This is the Culture Confederacy saying peace out. Stay safe, everybody. God bless this thing called the United States. And you know how we do it here. This is where the past crashes with the present. I'll catch you next time. And you all have a great Monday.